Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Atlanta race review. Uh, a bit of a killjoy at the end there. It was a fantastic race up to that point. Honestly, the best plate racing that we've probably seen with this car to this point. Um, still have the issues of not really being able to make really big moves and stuff. And a lot of grid locking and stuff. But this was definitely a better race. But I think a lot of that has to do with the threat of rain. I bet if there was no threat of rain, we would be seeing a lot of single file. So, yeah. So that's that. I mean, I think that's what a lot of it comes down to. The racing was fantastic, no doubt about it. One of the best races of the year. But unfortunately, the threat of rain has its pros and cons. Pros, racing is usually a bit more wild and a little bit more desperate, but comes at the cost of sometimes a race end is an absolute killjoy. And I think running around under caution at the end for like 15 minutes was definitely comes off as a bad move. But and a lot of people are complaining on Twitter like, oh, we didn't reach. They could have done some like 10 laps. Yeah, y'all remember Daytona last year when the entire field wrecked. That's all that really needs to be said. I think NASCAR made the right call. No reason to risk wrecking 25 cars and getting a real fluke winner. We don't need to. We don't need to see that. That would have been just awful. So, yeah. Yeah. This is how it was. Race started off. It was a little calmer, and honestly, it was pretty spread out. I feel like if this was a day race, it wouldn't be very good. When it would be so handling focused, I think. But because at the start of the race, it was getting really spread out. So, yeah, that getting really spread out was a little nerve wracking in some ways. But yeah, Harrison Burton self spun. There was quite a few self spins. I feel like there was Bowman self spun basically and took out and spun out Hamlin. But honestly, stage one was pretty calm compared to what stage two was. Stage two was nuts. I mean, Ryan Blaney did win stage one, but yeah, stage two was absolutely nuts because it was a race to halfway, and then after halfway came and went, it was just you gotta get in the front. You gotta be in the front. But it was a really great race. The racing was fantastic, and everyone was trying to go for it. 3 wide moves and stuff. Eric Jones was an absolute menace tonight. He put Ty Gibbs in the wall. The Kyle Larson, Eric Jones thing. Larson blamed himself, so I feel like that's just kind of racing, and then LaJoy kind of self cleared off Eric there, but that also was like Eric was a little higher than probably expected, but yeah, that was the biggest crash. There was not really a big one tonight, which it is what it is, but yeah, I mean the racing was fantastic. I don't really want to go too much into detail of everything, but because there was just so much that happened and absolutely insane race. But this was definitely like the best plate race we've seen. So the end of the race with like the strategies and stuff, like stage two ended and Brad decided to pit with the others just because of the fuel strategy. Basically, it was like halfway almost a fuel mileage race because you kind of knew when the rain was coming, but you didn't know, and fuel was really tight, especially for McDowell. He was the happiest man probably because he probably, I would be shocked if the car would even restart with how little fuel he probably has left in that car. But the playoff picture definitely got more interesting tonight with Suarez and McDowell in by 3 points and Bubba out by 3. Ty Gibbs us had a rough night with the LaJoy incident getting spun out. And yeah, so he lost quite a bit of ground. Cindric gained some ground, I believe, and crazy race. Byron was able to get to the lead on that last restart and kind of maintain his scores, trying to make some moves, but Byron was doing a good job blocking those moves. And then there was like an incident with Harvick, didn't bring out a caution. Hamlin chopped his nose and spun Harvick out. No caution came out, which was a little bizarre, but NASCAR doesn't want to throw a caution because the rain's coming, so they want to get as much racing in. So they made the judgment call of throwing that caution, not throwing the caution. Very unfortunate for Harvick, who ended up losing like 2 laps because of how far he was behind. But yep, that caution came out, and then under the caution, it started sprinkling and stuff, and eventually that just kind of ended the race. So yeah, and then that ended the race. So just like that. So nothing. It is what it is. I think NASCAR made the right call by not trying to get extra laps in, especially at night. You can't see the rain. If it was daytime, they might have tried, because you can kind of see the rain in the distance, like the darker shades of clouds and like the rain actually falling and stuff. But at night you're not going to be able to see that, so it wasn't worth the risk to wreck 20 cars like they did at Daytona last year. A lot of people are complaining about it. I don't really understand it. Is Byron winning kind of a killjoy to the entire thing because you want like playoff chaos? Yeah, but that's what it is. It is what it is. Nothing we can do about that. But yeah, William Byron won the race after getting spun early and having all sorts of problems. So pit road penalty, was a lap down at some point. I don't even know how he got up there, to be honest. Suarez got second, Allmendinger third, which is huge for his playoff opportunities. McDowell fourth, playing a great strategy call. They tend to do that a lot, don't they? Kyle Busch fifth, Keselowski sixth, JJ Yeley in a Rick Ware car seventh, Justin Haley 8th, Ryan Blaney 9th, and Stenhouse rounding out the top 10. Chase Elliott 13th. Honestly, probably not good enough today of a finish for playoff implications because of the people on the bubble having good runs. So makes it a little harder on him. And I know people are trying to say, oh, he can point his way in. I think it's a little unrealistic because essentially he's got to be perfect. I think he's gonna have to win. I'm still a believer that we're going to get someone outside the top 16 to win a race. I just feel like it's going to happen. Something crazy is going to happen. Someone just brings a dream setup or something, or Daytona. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it. It was a great race. End was a kind of a killjoy. Probably like one of the better range shortening races that we've had in a long time. So, yeah. Next week's Loudon. We'll see how it goes. It should be a little, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that great of a race. I think it'll be okay, though. But nothing really to write home about. It'll be a race in 2023 is my best guess. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this, listening to my thoughts of the race. And, if you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff helps me out. And we will see you guys next week after the Loudon race. Peace.